Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Student Tech Automation. So in this video tutorial, we are going to discuss about what are the types of variables in Java. Okay, what are the types of variables in Java? So first of all, what is a variable? A variable is a container which holds the value while the Java program is executed. Okay, a variable is a container which holds the value while the Java program is executed. Okay, so here a variable is assigned with a data type. So there are two types of data types, right? One is primitive data type and non-primitive data types. Okay, primitive data types and non-primitive data types. Here primitive data type means we can say here integer character. Okay, integer character of string data type, and also we can have long, double, float. Okay, these are all comes under primitive data types. So where this variable assigned with this particular primitive data type. For example, if I want to initialize one variable, so I can initialize a variable like with the type of integer data type. Okay, so likewise we can initialize all our variables with the help of the data types only. So and also here variable is a name of memory location. Okay, and also here variable is a name of memory location, which means that variable should be allocated with some memory location in the Java concept. Okay, so mainly there are three types of variables in Java. So the first one here is local variable, the second one here is instance variable, and the third one here is static variable. Okay, there are three types of variables in Java. The first one is local variable, the second one is instance variable, and the third one is static variable. So we will see one by one here. So let me go to the next slide. So what is a local variable here? A variable that is declared inside a method or constructor is called as local variable. Okay, the variable that is declared inside a method or constructor is called as local variable. Okay, this local variable can't be accessed outside of the methods. Okay, these local variables are not able to access outside of the methods. Okay, these local variables are not able to access outside of the methods, and for these local variables we cannot use access modifiers. Okay, for these local variables we cannot be able to use all the access modifiers. Okay, so what is a local variable here? The variable that is declared inside a method or constructor is called as local variable. A local variable does not access outside of the methods, and also we cannot able to access, we cannot able to use access modifier for these local variables. Okay, so I will show you all these variable with different examples by writing some piece of code. So let me go to the next step, next slide. So that is instance variable. The next variable is instance variable. So instance variable can be accessed anywhere. With the help of object reference only we can able to access this instance variable. Okay, instance variable means we can we can able to access this variable from anywhere. With the help of object reference only we can able to access this instance variable. Okay, so we can declare this instance variable inside the class, but outside the method is called as instance variable. We can declare instance variable inside the class but outside the method, that is called as instance variable. Instance variables can be able to access or use the access modifiers. Okay, for instance variable we can able to access or use these access modifiers. Okay, whereas it for local variables we cannot be able to use access modifiers. So I will provide you all the examples. I will provide some small piece of code for this instance variable also later in this video. So the next slide is about what is a static variable. Okay, what is a static variable? So for static variables, the variable that is declared as static, that is called as static variable. Okay, a static variable that is declared with the help of static keyword, that is called as static variable. A variable that is declared with some static keyword, that is called static keyword, static variable, sorry. So here static variable execute at the time of class loading, inside the class and outside of the method. Okay, inside the class and outside of the method. So when this static variable will execute, static variable will execute at the time of class loading only. Okay, inside the class and outside of the method. So I will show you for each and every variable I will show you with some example. So let me quickly go to my Eclipse. So there I will show you what is local variable and how we can create, how we can initialize one instance variable, and also how we can initialize static variable as well. So let me go back to our Eclipse. Okay, let me go back to our Eclipse. Sorry. Okay, so here I have created one local variable class. Okay, here I'm going to show you the first example with local variable class. Okay, so let me create one class which I already created here, that is local variable class. Okay, local variable class I created. So what does it this local variable will do? This local variable, we can initialize this local, we can declare this inside a method or constructor. Okay, we cannot able to access this variable outside of the method. Okay, for that what I need to do, first let me initialize one local variable here by creating one message, one method, that is public void a small method that is called message. Okay, so how we can access this local variable? We can able to access this local variable inside a method only or a constructor. We cannot able to access outside of this method, outside of any method. So then that is called as local variable. Okay, so we created one small method, it don't have any return type, so that is public void message. So here I am going to initialize one variable with the type of integer data type, and I am giving some value that is 10. Okay, so now I am going to print some value, print the same value with the help of system.out.println statement. Okay, so now I initialized one local variable, that is integer a with the value of 10. So then I am going to print the value inside my console. So here you can observe we initialized this variable inside the method. Okay, we initialized this variable inside the method. Okay, so now I am going to what I am going to do here, I am going to create local with the help of class object only I can able to call this variable. Okay, local equals to new local variable class. Okay, with the help of object reference only, local dot what is our message method here, this one, right? So now I can able to access this initialized variable, declared variable, that is int a equals to 10 with the help of object reference, class object reference. Okay, so I am going to print this value inside my console part. Okay, so this is about local variable. What is a local variable here? Local variable can be able to access within the method only. We cannot able to access a local variable outside of the method. Okay, but we can able to access local variable inside method and or inside constructor only. We cannot able to access these local variable outside of any methods or any constructors. Okay, so how I am calling here with the help of class object reference, so I am calling this method to execute. Okay, so let me execute this program, we'll see. Okay, now you can able to see here, right? So with the help of integer a equals to 10, I am printing this value, that is 10. With the help of class object reference, that is local, I created one object with the object reference only I am calling this method. So where this is a local variable, so where we can be able to access within the method only, but we cannot able to access outside of the method. Okay, so let me try to access that local variable by creating outside of method. Okay, so let me create one more method here. Okay, let me create one more method, public void show. Okay, it is one example method. So now what I am trying to do here, I am trying to access that local variable, okay, which is initialized inside a method. Okay, but now here you can see it is giving some example saying that cannot be resolved to a variable. Okay, create local variable, which means local variables can be used within the method only or within a constructor only. We cannot able to access outside of the method or outside of the constructor, so then it is called as local variable. Okay, so this is about local variable. So the next example here is instance variable. What is instance variable? Instance variable, and also for this local variable we cannot able to provide any access modifiers. Okay, for local variables we cannot be able to provide any access modifiers. Okay, so then the next variable here is instance variable. So what is an instance variable here? Instance variable can be accessed anywhere. Anywhere here means within the method or outside of the method, within the constructor or outside of the constructor. Okay, instance variable can be accessed anywhere. By using of the object reference only we can able to access this instance variable. So like the same how we initialize, I mean how we called the help of object reference for local variable, in the same way with the help of object reference only we can able to access this instance variable. Okay, we can declare instance variable inside the class but outside the methods, that is called as instance variable. Outside of the methods, if we declare any instance variable we can able to access that variable, that is called as instance variable. Instance variable, for instance variable we can able to provide access modifiers. Okay, with the help of instance variable we can also use the access modifiers. Okay, so let me quickly comment this method from here. Okay, this is for local variable. Okay, this is for local variables, right? Local variable example. Okay, local variable example, this one. So I don't want this one, so let me create an example for instance variable. Okay, so here I am going to create one variable. I am going to initialize a variable outside of the method. So here I am not creating any method, so I am just initializing one variable with the data type of int I equals to 10, right? Public int I equals to 10. I initialized one variable with return type is data type is integer. Okay, so then I am going to create one method that is called public. The same method I am going to create here also, public void message. Okay, so then I am going to call or access that instance variable, that is I value. Okay, so now I am going to create one more method, so that is called show. Okay, so likewise we can create a number of messages, depends upon your requirements. You can create a number of messages. For all those n number of methods you can easily call this instance variable where we declared outside of the method but this variable present inside the class only. Okay, so this time I am mentioning I only. So now we can have here two methods. Okay, public void. Okay, it is not returning anything, so this one. So next, with the help of object reference, class object reference. Okay, so local, how we can create an object for class name object reference, that is local equals to new keyword local variable class. With the help of object reference I'm going to call that method, that is msg, and also local dot show. Okay, so if I run this program it will print two times the same value, that is 10, where we declared it outside of that method but this initialized variable present inside that class only. Okay, that is called as instance variable. So let me run this program. So now you can see here the output 10 10. Okay, so now here you can see the output is coming as 10. which means the instance variable, we can able to access this instance variable from outside of the method also, but this variable should be present inside the method, should be present inside the class only. Okay, with the help of object reference we can able to call these instance variable. So the same I did here, I created two methods where I am creating one object reference for that class. So with the help of that object reference I am going to call these two methods. So this is all about what? Instance variable. Okay, so let me add one more commented lines here. Okay, this is for instance variable example. Okay, instance variable example. Okay, so then, so let me comment this one as well from here to here. Okay, sorry. Okay, this is for instance variable, this is for which one? Instance variable. Okay, okay, these are the two variables and the last variable is static variable. So let me remove this one. Okay, so then the last variable here is, what is our last variable? That is static variable. Okay, what is a static variable? Static variables is also a variable, so where we can declare with the help of static keyword, then it is called as static variable. Static variable execute at the time of class loading only. Okay, static variable execute at the time of class loading. Okay, once if we declare any static variable, so that variable is going to execute, that variable is going to execute during the time of class loading only. Okay, let me create one small example. Okay, for example here, let me create, we already created, right? Okay, here I am static int a equals to 10. Okay, I initialized one variable with the help of static keyword. Okay, return type is integer, data type is integer type. So then, so I am going to create one method that is called public void message, sorry, public static method, right? Public static void message. Okay, now I am going to print this a. Okay, now I am going to print this a. So here this one is done. So after that, so here I am going to print SYSO of a. Okay, so you can see here, so what we did now, inside the class and outside the method. So we initialized one static variable which is present inside the class, but this initialized variable present outside of the method. Okay, so this is called a static method and this is called as, with the help of static keyword we declared one variable, right? So here I gave one example for with the help of static variable. Okay, let me run this program and we will see. So here you can see it is printing the same, that is 10, value is 10. Okay, for static variable, that variable which is declared with the help of static keyword, then it is called a static variable. Static variable will execute at the time of class loading. Okay, at the time of class loading only it is going to execute. So this is all about static variable. So let me add one more comment here. Okay, sorry. Okay, it is for static variable. Okay, example. Okay, static variable example. So then, so let me comment this line as well. Okay, so these are the three variables. So now I am going to show you, so how we can use all, how we can use all these three variables at a time. Okay, so how we are going to use all these, I mean how we are going to declare all these three variables at a time and how we can execute the program. Okay, so for that what I did here, so here our class will present here, that is public class local variable class. So now I am going to first I am going to declare, I am going to create a method for local variable, that is public void message. Okay, public void message. So then int k equals to 30 I am keeping. Okay, so now I am going to print this one, that is k value. Okay, it is for local variable. Okay, this is for local variable, right? This is for local variable. Okay, it is local variable. So then the next one is instance variable. What is instance variable? Instance variable present outside of the method. Okay, that is int I equals to 10. Okay, this is called instance variable, right? This is called instance variable. Okay, this is called instance variable. So then what is our next variable? Our next variable is static variable. Okay, our next variable is static variable. So I am going to give that value as 20. Okay, so this is about static variable. So it is very important concept to know what is variable and what are all the types of variables we can have. So then we can able to easily use all these variables inside our programming, right? So I initialized three variables. The first one is instance variable, where it is outside the method but present inside the class. This is the static variable, so where which got declared with the static keyword. Okay, this variable will execute at the time of class loading only, right? So after that we can have local variable. Local variable means the variable which is present inside the method or constructor, that is called as local variable. So now how we are going to write a program for this one to access all these variables at a time. Okay, so let me create a class object for this one. Local variable class local equals to new local variable class, right? With the help of object reference I am going to local dot. Okay, let me print all these values first, so then we can see system dot local dot high. Okay, so then system dot order println. So what is our next variable? Local dot j. Okay, so what is our next variable? System dot order println j value. Okay, local dot j. Okay, so I am not going to use this local because it is a static variable for j. So now I am going to do system dot order println s dot message. Okay, local dot msg. Okay, we will see how it will come now. Okay, it is not going to give, so I am not going to print this one. So I just want to, because I already mentioned this system dot order println for message method, right? So that's why I'm directly calling inside this main method only. So now let me execute and we'll see. So here you can see, so now with the help of class object reference I printed this instance variable. Okay, in the same way with the help of this static keyword I initialized one static variable. Okay, so then I am printing that static keyword variable, that is 20. So after that the local variable where I created within the method, initialized within the method, that is 30, and I am printing. So I am calling this with the help of object reference dot method name, that is msg, that is 30. Okay, 10 and 20 and 30. So these are all the three variables, so where we can have local variable, instance variable, and static variable. So I showed here with all the examples, like small examples, very small examples, and also for which variables we can able to use access modifiers, and I briefed here in this video. So in our next video we will discuss about what is access modifiers and how many types of access modifiers are there. So we will see in our next tutorial. So please support my channel Selenium Tech Automation, which helps me a lot to do more videos from manual testing and automation testing, as well as from Java language also. Okay, I will cover only the concept which will helpful for automation test engineers, that is OOPS concept. Okay, so I hope you people like this video. Please watch till the end, so then don't forget to subscribe. Okay, and also don't forget to share. Your share will help us, our channel, to support, to suggest this video for more people. Okay, it will recommend this video for more people, so please don't forget to share. So until then, take care everyone, have a nice day. Signing off, Selenium Tech Automation. Thanks guys, thanks for watching my channel, watching my video. Take care guys.